Okay, students,
Start, sir.
and today we will be discussing about the importance of MPC and MPS. MPC and MPS. So MPC, you know that marginal propensity to consume. Okay. Then MPS stands for marginal propensity to save. Okay. And then technically speaking, MPC, marginal propensity to consume is the ratio of increased expenditure to increase income. In a single line, MPC is the ratio of increased expenditure to increased income. Then it tells how the extra income, that is, the individual that has extra income generated in the economy is divided between consumption and saving. So here, the MPC and MPS shows the ratio how the increased income is divided between the consumption and the saving. Then when it comes to the MPS, it is very vital. Vital means very much significant for capital formation. That is, here you need to understand that whatever savings has made by the community is going to be the investment. That is, the individual will save money into the bank. The bank does not keep the savings idle. It will be giving loan to somebody else, for the businessman, for rate of interest. That is, here means of the investment is the rate of interest. Usually you are aware that when the rate of interest is low, means the businessman will borrow more and more money. Okay. So here the bank will try to rotate the savings. That is, savings will be turned as an investment for the business community. Okay. Then here, as per the studies, in poor countries, that is, in developing countries, the MPC will be integrated in the
Process of
development. That is, the marginal propensity to consume will be higher in the process of development and income generation. So here, marginal propensity to consume will be more in developing countries. Then while in the developed countries, the MPC will be low. MPC will be because they are already having the sufficient development. Okay, so they need not to spend money on development. That is, they are having a best infrastructure in the country. They need not to spend money on development. Okay, so whatever saving directly goes into investment, and there will be no distraction in the main sector economy. Okay. So here we need to understand that in developing countries, in poor countries, the MPC will be very high, whereas in developed countries, the MPC will be low. So here, APS, average propensity to save, will be high in case of developed countries. Okay. MPC will be low and average propensity to save will be higher. That is, it will save more and more. Okay. Then here, symbolically, MPS plus MPC is equal to 1. MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. Then MPS is equal to marginal propensity to save is equal to 1 minus MPC. 1 minus MPC. Yeah, 1 minus MPC. Okay. Then MPS again is written as 1 minus delta C divided by delta Y. That is, you know the formula for MPC. MPC is equal to delta change in consumption divided by change in income. Then we have the consumption and saving cost MPC. We have consumption and saving cost of the MPC. Then here it is assumed that the MPC is equal to 0.8. For example, assume we are studying the marginal propensity to consume in India, because India is a developing country. Then here the MPC will be very high. So here it is assumed that MPC is equal to 0.8. Then here, now assume that when the individual has 1000 rupees as income, The income is 1000 rupees. Then individual will save, sorry, individual will spend all the money. The consumption also will be 1000 rupees. Then saving is nil. Saving is zero. Saving is nil and saving is zero. Then as per the MPC, that is 0.8. When the income increases from 1000 to 2000, 1000 to 2000, the consumption goes up to 1800. 1800. Because unless the MPC, when income is increases, the increase in the MPC is 0.8. According to the calculation, it is 1800. 1800. Then the saving will be 200. Saving will be 200. So here the saving has been brought in the form of a diagram. Then when the income is 1000 years, the income is 1000 years, the consumption also is 1000. Then as the income increase from 1000 to 2000, the consumption has increased. That is up to here, up to this point. Changing consumption is 800. Okay, 1000 to 1800. 1000 plus 800, 2800. Okay. So here this is the curve showing the income of an individual. Income is equal to consumption plus saving. So here is the consumption curve. Consumption is depends on the propensity to consume. That is MPC. Here we have measured it as 0.8. 0.8. So here the saving. The saving here is shown as the difference between the consumption and income. Consumption and income. That is, here the saving is 200. Saving is 200. So this is how we can draw consumption and saving curve using marginal utility to consume. Saving. Saving here from here. When income is 1000, the consumption also 1000. Then now the income has increased to 2000. So here the consumption is, the saving is increasing. Here saving is zero. Then when the income is increased to 2000, the saving is increasing. 200. Here you get to 200. Change in saving is equal to 200 units. So saving also increasing. Then when the income is low is no saving. 1000 is the income. 1000 is the consumption. Saving is still zero. Then according to the MPC 0.8, when the income increased from 1000 to 2000, the consumption has increased to 1800 on the basis of MPC 0.8. Then the saving will be what? 200. That's what we need to calculate. Stop.